welcome back if you're joining me from another video. If you're joining me for the first time, hello! I have something I'm extremely excited to show you. Now I have put a warning before this video that these are adult collector dolls. This comes from the horror franchise, of course, Chucky. You can see I've got Chucky here and I've got Tiffany. These are the talking variations, which I personally think are my favorite. I've seen the bigger ones before, but I think the detail on these ones and what they say from the movie is just ace. I am in love. I am in love. And I know he's a face that they say only a mother could love. Well, I'm a mother and I love him. So a little bit of a story. These were on my wish list for America to find. I found Chucky. I was extremely upset as I really wanted Tiffany. I love Jennifer Tilly. Oh my goodness, if she ever came to New Zealand, she's one of the ones I'd be standing first in line to have signed, you know, signatures and photo with. But we found her later on a tour of LA while I was in America. And I was so happy. I love Tiffany and I love Chucky too. So, looking at the box, Chucky, he wants you for a best friend, of course, because he's made after the good guy dolls, sort of dolls that came out around the era of his first horror show. This is, of course, after he's been through a few shows. He's stitched up again by Jennifer, and he's yeah, he's got a few problems there. You can see there's staples, there's stitches, the hair's kind of all stapled down here, the stitches through the nose, his eyeball, I guess the closing eye socket isn't working anymore or anything. And of course an explanation at the back. And the good old dagger that Chucky uses. Now you can see that these were originally at $99.99. I got it on a sale for a little bit, so I was quite happy. So 1 month after the events of Child's Play 3, Tiffany, a former girlfriend and accomplice of serial killer Charles Lee Ray, who is the soul trapped in the good guy doll, acquires the remains of Chucky from a police evidence and basically brings him back to life. And then he kills her and brings her back to life, and they make the most awesome horror duo in history as far as I'm concerned. I am in love with these two and I cannot wait to get my hands on him. So first off, there's try me, which means that he's restricted to certain phrases. So let's see what phrases he is restricted to. I'll bring him up so it catches on film.
A true classic never goes out of style.
Let's open him up and have a close look and also see what else he can say. Stopping there. Okay, so first off, this has fallen out, so let's have a look. Alright, Chucky, he has an on and off. Oh yep, so at the moment he's on try me, so I need to move him up to the on to get all 7 phrases. And there is a explanation on how to change his batteries. Now just something kind of on the subject but off the subject at the same time, fitting quickly into here. When you have products, especially electronic toys, you'll see that I've done electronic reviews before. I think they actually have some of my largest views on YouTube. If they're going to be tucked away or on display for a long period of time, take the batteries out of the compartment, because otherwise there's nothing worse than having a toy that's destroyed because of battery corrosion over time. If you basically put him in a shower for 10 years and come back and he doesn't work and his back looks like an orange mess. So, you know, just be mindful of toys that use batteries. Ta-da! Isn't he just gorgeously gross? I love gorgeously gross things. Like, I love Fugglers. They're a little soft toy. I've done reviews on them before. You can check those out. So the first thing that I noted when taking him out is his hair is very straight, like it has been sitting in the box, it has been sleeked back. So probably the first time ever that I will advise doing this to a doll. You'll never see me. Usually I am in some room saving some poor doll from a fix like this, from some child. This is the first time I say, oh yeah, just frizz it out there, baby. Just frizz it and whatever. Oh, it's beautiful. It's lovely. We'll have him on the catwalk soon enough, girls. Don't you worry. I can't stop looking at his face. He looks so accurate to the movie. It is like having Chucky here. So I'm going to bring the camera up and do some close-ups. the first thing I want to do before I do that though is I do want to, and do it on film hopefully, without destroying, because I'm very, very mindful that there is a tear in his waistcoat here and I don't want to pull that any more than it needs to be. I'm going to very gently see if I can get this, very gently she says, and then she starts tugging at it, open and change to on mode without too much drama. Yeah. So it's just 2 buttons at the back, and let's switch it up to on. Excellent. And it's got all its printing there. Chucky franchise is a trademark, blah, blah, blah. Awesome. Okay, let's button him up. All right, I'm just pretty sure he wants to keep his clothes looking spiffy, you know. Look at all the little details, all the little tears over here. Okay, so before I bring him up and we have an up-close look at my new doll for display, I think all my dolls, I got only some of my big dolls are all on a shelf behind me. My American Girls, my Generation dolls, my Big Bratz dollies, I've got some Living Dead up there, they'll be okay. Gonna be absolutely terrified once this guy hits the shelf. Tiffany will keep him in line, so I've got to open it up soon. But let's hear what he has to say. Oh, sorry, my darling, your overalls keep falling down now.
Hi, I'm Chucky. Wanna play?
Okay, so that's what he says in the doll mode.
Now the first thing we gotta do is get me out of this body once and for all. A true classic never goes out of style. Get off my knife. I'll be back. I always come back. I don't have a problem with killing. I like a little killing now and then. What's wrong with that?
That is my favorite. That classic laugh. The voice actor for him is just so spot on for a killer doll voice. You know, how do you put that on your resume? Killer doll voice. Alright, so we've gone through the 7 phases. I'm going to lay him down and I'm going to bring the camera over him rather than bringing him up to the camera, just with a light. The light's not too good today, but I want to show you as much as I can. Okay, so I've laid Chucky slightly down here on top of a Barbie Minions dress box. I'm sure that goes so well, Barbie and Chucky. That is a combo made in heaven or hell, whichever you prefer. I just want to bring up all these little things. Now in here you can see it's like a metal plate that's been sewn in there with a couple of staples. There's all these staples going through his hair here. All this stitching going through here, because I think he was kind of like, well, I've seen all the movies when he started to get, you know, more into the doll almost became real for him, like his body, so it's showing blood and vessels and stuff. His eye here is open. Oh my goodness, it looks so real, it's awesome. And stitching down here with big bloodline, his ears, of course the frazzled hair. I love this part with the smile. Look at those teeth, and you can see if you go up this way, it even has a bottom row of teeth coming through, just showing the detail, like it's giving such a 3D effect. He's got the classic Chucky smile, little dimple in the cheek over here. Over this side we have a, whoops, let's get that in focus. Come on camera, be my friend. There we go. We got a more sunken in eye with the eyelids still intact from the doll here. We've got some more stitching going right up to here where there is another metal plate in the side. I don't know why it keeps on going out of focus. It wants to focus on the Barbie box for some reason. Even the camera's scared of it. Got some staples here going down to his ear. Yeah, so you can see that they have paid a lot of attention to the film. They've paid a lot of attention to detail. He is absolutely amazing. Coming down to his shirt, I was going to show this standing up, but I figured I'll do it. There is his little shirt on here, and it has all these little like cuts through it. So you're going to have to be very careful with this, that you don't pull too much and make the cuts larger. There is a slash through his overalls that comes down to here. Sorry about the shadowing. Any cuts on? Yep, still little cuts in the material on this side. There is a lot of cuts down here. We have some slashes across here. Look at these little, it's got like little tools. It's like this innocent, and you can see the good guys printed across here on the front pocket. Got all this like little innocent little boy things, you know, doctors and builder and stuff, coming down to some matching, are they socks or they're the bottom of his overalls? Oh, they're the bottom of his overalls. And those aren't shoes that are removable. They're actually part of the doll. At least I think so. Let me feel. Yeah, I don't think those shoes are removable. I don't actually want to take the outfit off, but it feels to me like it's part of... Yeah, there's nothing underneath there. So if those are part of the doll, let's have a look underneath. Good guy shoes with all the building things. Isn't that neat? Even under the shoes, they've thought of it. Back to here. There isn't too many slashes or cuts on the back of him, probably as there shouldn't be any. Now I watched all the Chucky movies in succession not too long ago, actually about 3 months ago. The only thing that stood out to me that I have to watch the movie again to see if okay, Chucky. The one thing that I noticed, and maybe you noticed too, his arms seem excessively long for his body. So he has very short legs from here to here, but his hands and arms come down to effectively where his knees are. Maybe the doll is that way, and I've just never noticed it in the movie, because in the movie he's very animated, so it's not something that you would see unless he's standing still. I find that interesting. Now, what is on his hand here? I've just noticed back here. Oop, now it's focusing on him. Oh, so he's got some stitching and bruising on his hand here. I wonder if there's any on the other hand. I just want to try and get all the details up. Nope, the other hand's okay. So that's the only thing I noticed where I was like, I don't remember that. I don't remember his hand being right down to his knees, but it could be that way. Now, the only accessory that came with him is this bloodied up sort of steak knife. So it's got serrated edges. I'll see if I can put this down. It's a silica gel packet that comes behind him. Just be careful of that. That goes away from kids and animals. Let's see if he can open it. We don't want him opening anything with this, even though that would be more Chucky style. Let's see if he can hold it. Eureka! It was actually incredibly easy. It went straight in there. The first time I tried to put it with the serrated edge facing down, and it wasn't fitting too well, so I turned it around and it went straight into his hand. So the serrated edge needs to go towards him. Isn't he amazing? This is like a huge thumbs up for me. I love horror films that have a comedy element to it, such as the Freddy vs. Jason horror film. Absolutely love it because of all the comedy involved in it. Sounds awful, people dying everywhere, but if they got a bit of comedy into them. And Chucky series is one of my favorites, especially the one with Jennifer Tilly as Tiffany, and it is ace upon ace, and I'm hoping that they bring her back into the movies, because I will just be in dreamland. I will be at the movies, front row seat, watching all the gore. If you love the Chucky dolls, please give this a thumbs up. If you love dolls in general, please subscribe. We love to open dolls here, and we love to share, and I love dolls from the very simple Shopkin childlike dolls, Disney innocent dolls, to the something a little more adult. Please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Thanks so much for watching, guys. Bye.